Hello everyone, this is the Commander, and in today's video I'm going to review Obi Wan Kenobi episodes 1 and 2. So yeah, a promising new show here. It's a bit different than The Mandalorian, a different time period, and it's more of the mainstream Star Wars. It's not the bounty hunt for part. We're getting right into the main heart of Star Wars, the Jedi and Sith stuff here. So I'm gonna do episodes 1 and 2 in this, rate them, and I'm gonna talk about what's bad, what's good in this. But it's pretty good so far. Only 6 episodes, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get into it here. First off, the main complaint that people have had, the Grand Inquisitor. So the portrayal of him in the series is just not accurate to its species. So you can see on the far left that it's Tion Medon from Revenge of the Sith. So it's the original live action, obviously a very scary guy. Then in the middle, you have the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels. He's also intimidating. And then on the far right, you have the Grand Inquisitor from Kenobi, and it just doesn't translate. The head is not tall enough. They probably should have picked an actor with like a tall head or something for this. They did get the red stripes there at least. I don't think he had Sith eyes, although, yeah, he should have yellow eyes, and then, yeah, that head needs to be a lot taller, and they shouldn't use that as an excuse. It looked very good in Revenge of the Sith. And I know that would limit movement and stuff with the makeup and stuff, but I do think they could have done a better job. And then moving on to the main character of this series, I love that they did some prequel callbacks just to kind of set you up for the entire series. So that was a very nice thing that they did. And we really get to see Obi-Wan's perspective. He's living a bit rough life, hiding away on Tatooine, and he's just not the same guy that he was in the past. His character has really changed, although he does have this Jawa. The Jawa steals his parts and sells them back to him, which is pretty funny. And then moving on to Alderaan, which we get to see for the first time in live action. It's a beautiful place that's about to be nuked by the Death Star in 5 to 10 years. We get to see Leia, and I think that Leia is really great here. She's just a little kid at this point, but she is very sassy, just like her future self. So we get to see Leia, and she does get captured by a group of bounty hunters that are working for Riva, the third sister. We also get to see a bit of Owen Large in this series, and he kind of had to choose between protecting his family and protecting Obi-Wan, so that will probably be a theme throughout the series. Yeah, we get to see more Tatooine just by how much Tatooine we've seen in Star Wars in the past 2 years or so. It makes it very clear that Tatooine is the epicenter of Star Wars, and they probably should go to some other planets, but they do in the next episode. We also get to see Riva, as I mentioned before. She is the third sister, and she's kind of different from the rest. She can use the force probing, the mind trick type stuff, and yeah, she does not agree with the other Inquisitors. There's definitely a disconnect between those two groups, and she really wants to go after Kenobi for a reason that we do not yet know. Probably something having to do with when she was a Jedi a long time ago. And then, yeah, so I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 for episode 1. And one more thing in episode 1, Obi-Wan, he doesn't want to go help Leia immediately. He's hesitant. He just doesn't have the same powers, and he's not as nice or anything like that. So I give episode 1 an 8 out of 10, or it's pretty good. I mean, I usually give everything an 8 out of 10. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to episode 2, where we have what a lot of people have been talking about, the homeless clone just on the side of the street. He looks like a member of the 501st, and this doesn't really matter. It's no one we know, or at least I don't think it is, but it just builds some lore to show that there are still a few clone troopers around at this point, either in hiding or just sitting around. You know, they've been pretty much dumped by the Empire. And then another interesting thing, we got to see a fake Jedi in this episode. I forget what his name is, but it seems like he will make a return. He might make a return in future episodes as well, other than episode 2. So he's really just doing it for the money, although it's kind of not the best choice because you could get caught and then the Empire could catch you, but they probably will know that it's not a Jedi. So he's just in it for the money, although he does help out a little, so it's not too much of a bad guy. And we get to see some of Reva's stunts in this episode. She really goes all around the planet Dayu. That's where this episode is, kind of an underworld type planet. And the cool thing about when they introduce new planets, it really just expands the Star Wars universe, makes it seem like there really are a lot of planets. So that is the good thing about introducing new planets. This one, it does look like it could be on Coruscant. I wish they kind of made the planets a little more different, but it's alright. So yeah, we get to see Reva. We also get to see the 4th Inquisitor in this episode, the 4th sister, and yeah, she's like 2 small little tentacles coming out of her head. We know very little about her. She has like yellow, orangish skin, but yeah, she did appear, and we will probably learn more about her in the future. So just recapping the Inquisitors that have been revealed in Star Wars. The first Inquisitor is the Grand Inquisitor. We have the second sister from Jedi Fallen Order, and they have Jedi Survivor, that new video game coming out soon. So yeah, I'm very excited for that one. They announced that at Star Wars Celebration. And then third sister, it's Reva. We have the fourth sister, who I just talked about. The fifth brother, he looks pretty good in the show, not too far off. He looks pretty good, so probably the best of all of them, although he looks a lot better than the Grand Inquisitor, is what I mean to say. And then I don't think we have a sixth brother yet. I believe it's the sixth brother. The seventh sister is from Rebels. I don't think there's... Oh, the eighth brother is also from Rebels. The ninth sister is from Jedi Fallen Order as well. And then 10, 11, and 12, I think, are what's left. So, yeah, there's still a few more to reveal. I don't think they'll do that in the series, but who knows if we see some in the background. And then the surprise of the series, of the episode, for sure, is that the Grand Inquisitor got stabbed by Reva, but everyone's thinking he's dead. He's probably not. I mean, it's clear that it penetrated the armor and went right through to the other side. But I think this is just to create some drama, and I think he's gonna maybe disappear and recover, and then he's gonna come out of nowhere and like stab Reva to death. I've heard a lot of people saying that Reva's not gonna make it out of this series alive, and plus, well, they have to kill off every single last Inquisitor before A New Hope, because we don't see a single Inquisitor in the original trilogy. And then Obi Wan learns that Vader is alive now. He notes that Anakin it's Vader. He overheard, I think, Sidious or someone talking to Anakin about it. So he notes that Anakin it's Vader. He learns that Vader is still alive. and this is pretty crushing for him, but it's also like, oh, I could turn him back, and then we could get back to the good side, get this whole Empire stuff over with, which obviously does not work very well. Although maybe you could argue that in A New Hope it kind of sets it up for the events of Return of the Jedi. So he learns that, but he learns that from Reva. So Reva also knows that Anakin is Vader, which is very interesting. I think it's just her. But yeah, because none of the other Inquisitors know that, so that is very interesting. And yeah, it's probably from her mind probing skills or something like that. So I give episode 2 an 8 out of 10 as well. This is going to be a great series, although it's too short. I hope they start doing movies again at some point. Like, they need to do it eventually. No series or all the rage nowadays, but they need to start doing movies again just to kind of, I don't know, I would prefer to see some movies. And then Andor, it's another show coming out. I don't know when, probably fall if I were to guess, based on how they've been advertising it. But yeah, that one looks like it would be decent. We'll be able to see more of the Empire in that one as well, a similar time frame there. And then we also get Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. So they're really going hard at this timeline in between Revenge of the Sith and The New Hope. I actually love this timeline. It's kind of dark but also cool. They go to all these hidden planets and stuff, and yeah, it's kind of hopeless, but then there are some little things that they can do. So yeah, I like this timeline, and yeah, we'll see when Mandalorian season 3 comes out. I'm guessing maybe not even until 2023, since I haven't heard anything about that. But that's gonna do it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe, and this is the Commander. Bye.